Hello everyone, it's Erin Delia from Luminous Life Adventures. I just wanted to come back and do another video today. Yesterday I released my book on Healing Through Journaling 101, some basic and beginner steps to learning the process of opening up to being a healer of oneself through the art of writing and being comfortable and giving yourself permission to write. Whatever it is that comes to your table, like whatever it is that you have a moment where you need to get off the emotional mental merry-go-round, so to speak, and kind of get it out there and not just unload it on somebody in your life, but maybe to yourself, so that you have the ability to kind of let go and internalize and really look at it before you become ready to share it with the world. So in today's video, I wanted to go through the two different types of writing. The two types of writers there are, the writer themselves and what I like to call the artist, so that everyone can have an example of what I was talking about in my most recent blog. So I'm going to flip the screen around and introduce you to my favorite journals. Alrighty, so these are my two journals, as some of you might recognize. This is my writer's journal. It is very loved. It is the leather-bound cover that I was talking about. And when you open it up, it does have a book that you can kind of remove. So when I'm ready to replace it, I can kind of keep the exterior, put my name on it. I love personalizing my things. And with this book, I have just taken the time to write, whether it's every day, every other day, what I'm seeing, patterns for numbers, just things I was writing about, things I'm thinking about. And, as you can see, some passages are really long and some passages are not. So there you go. For the moments where I have had writer's block, this is some of the things that I was going through. Why am I scared? What is stopping me? Chooses to succeed. My perspective as a failure, and I love me. So these are just some of the things that when I was talking about when you come to the table to write, what is it that you're really trying to face? What is it you're trying to break through? And giving it a face, giving it a name, keeping it simple. Why am I scared? All things that you can address, and as you can see, corresponding entries as to that. So I'm about halfway through this book, as you can see, and I do love writing in it. It travels with me everywhere. It's a floppy. So, if I put it in the front of my travel container when flying, I can put it up overhead and not worry about it getting damaged. So that's kind of the beauty of that. And then for all my artist friends out there, for all of you who know me, I am quite the doodler freelanced artist, i.e. These are my favorite pens. This is my newest pen from being on the world this year, which was such a fun trip. And it is staying with my writer's journal. It is one of my inspirational writing pens. But I wanted to share this apart because for the artists, this is really important. This is my artist journal writing container. It's an old container for a pair of sheets that I bought once upon a time. As you can see, I have tons of little knickknacks, different types of pens. I really like charcoal, so there's some charcoals floating around in there. There's some inkwell pens because I love to calligraphy. So I'm just going to kind of open this up. And so this is when I'm having those moments where I really just don't have words, and I really just want to be creative with what's emotional in my mind and going through everything. So I bought a sketch pad, simple binding. It's got the really nice thick paper to it, so I can do heavier colors. And for all of you who visited my site, themagicbrush.com, you will see pictures of these in the doodles section, page, tab, whatever you want to call it. And these are just kind of things, the way that I feel at the moment, because sometimes my feelings, are more related to an image than they are a word or writing segment. So sometimes I just put the word on the page and doodle it out until I really kind of understand. And then sometimes I'll just have to write about it. And because maybe I just want to play with my calligraphy pens that day. Let me see if I can find. Sometimes I just want to play with leftover paint from my canvas and, write about it. So you can see this is a fairly old book of mine. It's gone through quite a few years of fun and adventure. You can see some of the patterns that are here are, on some of my other art pieces. So you can see as you go through that I've taken my calligraphy, because I do love to write, and I've definitely started writing it in a way that I felt was really creative. And then sometimes I take my little travel oil pastels with me, and I do love this set for anyone who's looking for it. It travels well, it doesn't melt, and it definitely does airplanes really well, so that's always a plus. So I just wanted to kind of share what this means when I was talking about the different types of journals, so that everybody can get an idea, maybe get some inspiration of their own. This was a fun project as well. I do kind of love showing off my art sometimes. And I am working on a new painting, which is definitely in the process. So I definitely invite everyone to follow along and find their path and do their thing and see how it comes up. And I'd love to see from everybody what your posts are and what your art is. So as you go along and what you find out and what you discover, I encourage you to please share it on my Facebook page at Luminous Life Adventures, and or on Instagram, or on my website under the comment section of my blogs for the day. I hope that everybody is having a great day and a fabulous week, and I will be back with next week's blogs and instructions on Meditating 101. Have a wonderful day. Namaste. Goodbye.